Hi everybody, this is Gail Vihar from momandcamera.com, and today I'm here with a tutorial for pretty presets. Today I wanted to show you an edit that's using mostly brushes and graduated filters. So I edit using all different sorts of things, but sometimes I find myself editing almost exclusively with these, and I think it's a really neat way to edit because it's only affecting changes specifically that you want to areas of your photo. So I am going to do a couple of global things to this. I just wanted to show you. First of all, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to close that first, but I'm going to click on contrast. I want to add a little bit of contrast to this photo. I'm going to pull my blacks down just a teeny bit more. I'm going to up my contrast just a little bit more, and I'm even going to add a little bit of vibrance. Not a lot, just a little bit. Then I'm going to come down here. Another one of my favorite presets in this clean and creative one is this bananas one. And this was taken in the autumn, and it's got a lot of really warm colors and warm light, and we're just going to accentuate that just a little bit with this bananas preset. Now I think that's a teeny bit too much for this photo, so I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to decrease these just a little bit, the saturation in the shadows and the saturation in the highlights. Just a little bit. I think we'll leave it there for now. Then pretty much all the rest of my edits are going to be using brushes and graduated filters. So let's come up here to the brushes. I'm going to zoom in one step, and you can see how his eyes are kind of red here around the edges. Lots of people have allergies during the fall, and I think that might have been the case here. So I'm going to come down to this brush that's Fix Casts Red. Okay, so we're going to fix the red cast in his eyes just a little bit. I'm going to decrease my brush using the bracket keys so that it's a lot smaller, because we just want to affect a really small area here. And I'm just going to brush this on the edges of his eyes. Okay, maybe even a teeny bit underneath right there. I'm going to do the same thing over here, just along the edges of his eyes, in that dark spot right there. And you can see that made a huge difference to that red cast in his eyes. Now I'm going to click on New, because I'm going to use a new brush now. And this one I'm going to choose the eyes brown. That's the eye color brown. He has brown eyes. I'm just going to come in here with my brush and I'm going to kind of color over the brown part of his eyes. I think this just saturates the browns a little bit and sharpens the eyes a little bit. I like that effect on his eyes. Now I'm going to click New because I'm going to do another brush. This one I'm going to lighten the whole face just a little bit. So I'm going to choose this Add Light preset, or not, I guess it's a brush preset, and I'm going to increase my brush size using the right bracket key. And I'm going to come up here and I'm just going to brush over this light on his face. Now I know this is too much, so after I've brushed that on, I'm just going to come over here and decrease it somewhere in the 19, 20-ish range here. Oh, too much. Let's zoom out and see how that looks. Okay, I think we're getting there. I think they're looking good. Now, one of the last things that I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a radial filter. Now, the radial filter tool is new in Lightroom 5, so if you don't have Lightroom 5, you can do a similar type thing with just using your graduated filters and dragging graduated filters around the outside. I find this radial filter is actually really nice for portraits. So I'm going to click on this, I'm going to choose colorful background, and I'm going to draw a circle about that big-ish. I'm going to pull it down over his face. I want it to be kind of centered over his face because I don't want this to affect his face. I want it to affect everything else outside. And I'm going to click Done. Now let's look at the before and after really quick. And I think those few simple edits, not even using very many presets, mostly only using brushes and graduated filters, makes a huge difference to this photo. Thank you. I hope this tutorial helps you get a little bit more out of your pretty presets.